Alright, I don't know if I've started a video on this or not. I have no idea. Anyway, we're making identical matching candlestick holders that are lighthouses. We're making lighthouse candlestick holders that will hold the pillar candlesticks. Or not candlesticks, but the pillar candles, excuse me. I just woke up. I've been tired. I'm sorry. I'm not thinking all the way yet. Anyway, we're going to use what's called a story stick. It's nothing complicated. This story stick is 8 inches long because it's for the main tower part of the lighthouse. It's not for the top where the walnut roof is going to be, or the catwalk around the big walk around the tower and stuff like that. Okay, this is just going to be for the main body of it. That's all. So I need to mark where the door, I'm going to put a little door there. I was thinking on having it where you can open it up, but now I just don't think so. I apologize about that. Anyway, so I need to measure 1.5 inches up. This is the bottom. This is not very sharp, okay, so, but I don't care. If it's still right, it's just fine with me. I don't care. Not that picky. 1.5 inches. It's a bit of a tall door. That's the top. So it's nothing complicated about it. It's just called a story stick because what you'll do is you'll mark places all the way up the stick. Like when I was doing the other matching pair of candlestick holders, it would have been probably much better and more accurate than the string method. But it is what it is. I did the string method because I didn't quite understand. And that sometimes my brain just makes things more complicated than what they are. Because I'm thinking one way with my brain, and it's not registering what the other way is saying, and I make it more complicated than what it really is, and it's actually probably easier and faster. So I apologize for that, but that's just the way I am sometimes. Alright, and I think I did say earlier that I had to get the blocks on a tenon and put them on the chuck here so that I can rough them out, okay? And so that's what we're going to do next. Alright, I hope y'all enjoy this video as much as I enjoy wood turning. Woohoo! And that's all bunches. That is so, that is just so exciting to me. Alright, I believe this is ambrosia maple. This is not small. This is not spalted maple, I don't think. Spalted maple has more distinct, defined dark lines. Like if you took a pen and started drawing these lines through here. This does not really have that. They're kind of faded out lines and stuff. And when I described it to now these are very defined. These are very fine lines. So I don't know for sure what it is. I mean, somebody who's an expert out there can tell me. I'm a dummy when it comes to, you know, being able to figure out what wood is. This right here is beautiful at the top. Very gorgeous. It's got a little bit of wax at the top for some stupid reason. I don't know why they do that stuff. It does not have wax on the rest of it though. But these are heavy. These are kind of heavy. So anyway, I'm going to turn me a matching pair of the candlestick holders. What do you think about that? So, but I thank you, Dish, for sending these to me. And so I'm so appreciative of her. She is such a beautiful lady. Thank you so much for caring enough to share with me some wood So exciting. So exciting. Thank you so much. And if anybody else wants to send me some wood and I would turn you something, you just go right ahead. You send it on. Let's bring it. I'll make you something beautiful. I hope. I'll try. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put these on chucks. On the tenon. Excuse me. I'm going to put a tenon on there. All right. We'll do one at a time. But before I do, I have to cut them to the correct length. Where's that story stick? See? I need that story stick already. Story stick. So I will have to cut all the way down here, remove all this wood. Now I can use this for something later. Now I ain't throwing that away. No way. That'd be used for something awesome, and it may be used for something on the candlestick holders for all I know. I don't know. So we'll see. But anyway, I'm going to draw a line here, and then I'll have to cut them off on each of them so they're the same length, because the body needs to be 8 inches. Right? It's going to be down here like this. This will be the bottom. This will be the top. We'll do each of them like that. Get them on the chuck. And then we'll get going. Alright, and I'll be back. I'll be back in a little bit. I got to get them going. Alright, let's rough this out. Let's get this shaped up to a cylinder.
Wrapped up like a douche, another runner in the night. Blinded by the light. Wrapped up like a douche, another runner in the night. Blinded by the light. Wrapped up like a douche. Madman drums, bummers, Indians in the summer with the teenage diplomat.
Alright, I gotta measure this base. I thought this was 4 by 4, but it's not. It was like 3 by 3. 3 inches by 3 inches, so it's gonna be different size at the base and the top of the cylinder here. So I gotta measure it. 1, 2. Okay. So the AI told me the 2 7/8. We're gonna leave it at 2 7/8. The other one will have to be 2 7/8. Where did my little story stick thing go? See, I lose things just like that all the time. All the time. And that's the most annoying thing in my life. There it is right there, buried down with the tools. Okay. So this bottom needs to be, for the story stick, needs to be 2 7/8 inch. Okay. This right here needs to be 1 at the top. 1 5/8. I'm writing it on here on purpose, so that I don't have to go look it up again. Anyway, so we need to taper this down. We need to come here and leave this alone and taper it down to 1 5/8 inch over here on this end. And then I need to put a hole in it. So before we do that, let's get this tailstock back on. So it has good support. Ready to go.
Wrapped up like a douche, another runner mister. Told me I got what it takes. She said I'll turn you on, son, into something strong. Play the song with the funky break. And go-kart Mozart was checking out the weather chart to see if it was safe outside. And little early birdie came by in his curly whirly and asked me if I needed a ride. Wrapped up like a douche, another runner in the night, blinded by the light. She got down, but she never got tight. She's gonna make it to the night. She's gonna make it through the night.
We have our story stick. The door is supposed to be up here. This is going to be at the top of the door. The windows are centered. The door needs to be around, what did it say? 3/4 of an inch wide. So what I'll do is I'll make a hole with the bit. I got a 3/4 inch bit right here. This is old. This used to be my father's. I'll make sure that this lines up with the top. Put a hole in it. And then I'll have to cut it down, straight down here. I got a wheel that cuts on my Dremel, and I can see if I can do that. But I got to do it slowly and be careful. Right? And this wall is 1/2 inch thick, so we gotta be careful with everything. So let's mark. Where's my pencil? Here's my pencil. Let's mark where the door is gonna be. Now, before I do, I'm looking at this, and I love these beautiful designs right here. All these designs. So where do we want to put it? Before we do that, let me sand this. Let's sand this up, okay? So I'll be back I'm going to sand this some, and then we'll look at it and see where we want to put the door. Because we probably want the prettiest pattern to be right there where the door is, right? And where the windows are. Or beside it. Like maybe right in here. Alright, we have a pattern here. And it's so freaking... Something delighting. Let's see. Anyway, we have this pattern here going on with the tannish, orangish swirls going up here. And then we have the dark area. So I want to leave that alone. So what I'm going to do is put the door over here. So let's measure with our stick. I'm going to draw a line for the center. That's not quite center, so that's why I drew the line. Because I want to center the door on this area. It's about center. Okay. So we're going to have the door. The top of the door is going to end right here. This is not sharp at all. Can't get it precise like I need it to be. There. Okay, that's supposed to be the top of the door. And it has to be 3/4 of an inch. Right in here. And I'll be drilling a hole in this, but then I'll cut straight down from that hole this way down to form the door. What do you think? Yeah? I think it's a wonderful plan. I do. Yeah, I got to looking at this, and I'm like, where should I put that door? I don't know that I want to put it there, but this is a very interesting area here, so I thought, well, yeah, why not? Okay, it might hit this cone in here, so I got to take the tailstock out. Yeah, we got to take that tailstock out. Wow, that's rough inside. It's okay, I can clean it up. Alright, I have a door. I got it in there. I had to pound it in just a little bit of force. Get it in there. I don't want to split this or anything. So it seems to be fine. The good thing is it's a 1/2 inch thick in the wall. So, in order to get it flush with the piece, I put some duct tape on half of it. So I'm going to work on this side of it. We're going to turn it down. And then we're going to see if we can do this, okay? I'm entering, this is a new foray. I'm entering new territory, okay? So this is something I just thought of to do. And since I used tape on the drawers when I was wood turning the bases on the candlestick holders to keep the drawer on. So I think it's a pretty good method to try to do, but I'm using duct tape on this. So, and it's pretty stuck in there some too anyway, so I think it'll be all right. But we're going to take it slowly. We're going to do it incrementally so we can make a door that's flush. This door is not going to open. I just want to make a door. I got to make sure that it clears this. That's for sure. And I need to cut it off down here. So what I'll do is see if I can get that cut off, but let's see if I'm not sure the best thing to do yet. We'll see. Let me get my shield on, because we don't need pieces flying in my face or in my eyeballs, putting out my eyes. That would be the worst thing to happen. It's a little bit of protection goes a long ways, right? Get a see what's going on. Okay. Whoa. Well, it broke off the tenon. And it started to split the piece too. Yes, it did. Okay. So. Alright, what I did is I cut this in half. I can go ahead and glue it on there. I'll get this back on the tenon. That's not a big deal. I should be able to get it on just fine. Whether it's running true or not is a different story though. But the other things I have to do is just the windows. But I do need to turn this. So I really do need it running true, that's for sure. So anyway, let me get this back on the tenon. I'm going to leave that door like that. I just want to show you what I did. It was unfortunate that happened. I didn't know that was going to happen, but it did. And that's okay. We just do it another way. We'll get it done. It started to have a crack, but I put it back together. It wasn't a crack that you could notice. The wonderful thing is when I cut this in half, I can use this one for the other lighthouse that I make, okay? So I have to get it to match best I can. That's the tough part, is trying to get it to match and fit in there properly. I had to add just a tiny bit of sawdust here and down here. And just right here. It wasn't bad at all, and that's fine. It'll all blend together when I put the final finish on. You won't even know. It'll all be the same color. It'll be dark. Anyway, we need to probably go from the center of this piece. I need to draw a line down the center. So I can center the windows. See, I can't speak. Before I do, I am going to sharpen this pencil best that I can. And I'll be back. We'll try this out. I just sharpened it over there on my sander. Okay. Whoa. About right there. So it's about... Okay, got a line. Remember the windows, it's the center that we measured to. Whoop, that's not correct. the center. Oh, I keep bumping it. Okay, there, and here. That's the center. I know I said that a moment ago, but I'm stressing it. That's the center. So now, I have to figure out how wide they're supposed to be. How tall and wide. That's the center. Alright, and I'll be back, okay? I might wait until tomorrow to do all this. Alright, this is what I decided to do. I decided to, instead of making things complicated this time, and make it round at the top and then flat at the bottom like the door, I decided I'd just make the windows round. Just said use a drill bit and make them round. Now before I do the 1/2 inch, or just, yeah, it's a total of 1/2 inch. Before I do that, I need to make a small hole so it doesn't go dancing around, right? So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. Find the correct drill bit size. Take this off. I don't know if this is the right size or not. I don't remember. Gee, that's on there. My goodness. You would think I'd be able to tear that off just like that. Must be a pain in the butt. It's a tad smaller. I need it a little bit bigger if I can find a little bit bigger size. I know I have, that's a 11/16 right there. That's a little bit too big, just a tad. Anyway, I'm going to find the right drill bit size, and I'll be back, okay? I've had this cordless drill for a long time. It's been a very good drill, but it's locked up. I can't, I mean, it still works, but it won't release. I keep holding the end, and I got to tie this position. I don't have any pliers. I had some pliers, and somebody stole some of my tools a while back, and so now I don't have the pliers I need to hold on to this part, because my hands, even though I grip it tight and I got strong grip, I can't seem to hold it. I put it on the highest setting here to see if I can get it to loosen up and let go of this thing, and it won't do it. So anyway, regardless, I'm just going to use my electric drill. Alright, like I said before, we have the holes. Everything's cleaned up. I had to open it up a little bit more because it wasn't quite past this window, and I didn't realize it until I put a hole in here. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, I can see some wood in the way still. So I opened it up just a little more up here, and that's fine. And I cleaned it up best I could. I took one of my dowels. I have a thick dowel somewhere. I don't know where I put it now. Oh, here it is. I think I have some bigger dowels than this, actually, which will be good. I'm sure I do somewhere. Anyway, regardless, I wrapped around the dowel some sandpaper 120, so I had to get up in there and sand it. I can't, there's no way I'm putting my hand up in there, and it doesn't fit anyway. I would twist my hand all up in there and end up in the ER and probably lose my hand, so I can't do that. So anyway, so I got that sanded for the most part. There's still a little bit of something hanging on the inside. So anyway, we got it sanded up some, and we got the holes sanded up some. It's not perfect by any means. But anyway, what I'm going to do at this point is go ahead and do the other cylinder. We have to transfer the measurements, and what I'm going to do is measure. I'm not sure if I want to measure every 2 inches or every inch, but I need to measure, make sure that the other cylinder is the same shape as this one and tapering off properly all the way to here. Does that make sense? So I'm going to get the story stick out, and I'm going to start measuring every couple of inches or so. All right, and I'll be back, and we'll have to put this one aside, and I have another piece of this Osage orange. The wonderful thing about Osage orange, see, is it's so nice and hard, and you know, I can glue it on the other piece. Now I have to put it in the chuck, and I'll have to level off one end because it's not level before I glue it on the bottom of the other piece. The other piece is over here still. It has not been turned yet at all. So what I'll do is I'll smooth this end out, make sure it's level, then I'll glue it on here, we'll let it dry, and then I'll wood turn this one, and then we'll get it going, right? And meantime I have to go up to the store because I did not go the other day when I was gonna go. I got lazy about it. I didn't feel like leaving. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and go up the store and get some walnut, and then I'll be back. Okay, I talked and I don't think I recorded it. But anyway, we got the other chunk of the ambrosia maple on there, and we're fixing to turn it so we can turn the other matching tower, okay? It's got a little wax on the bottom, and I'm a little bit concerned that maybe I should have dried this out too, but it doesn't have wax on the whole thing, so I'm confused. You would think that if moisture was going to escape, and it could escape out here. But I'm a dummy, right? I don't know everything, so I don't know. So it's too late because I already wood turned the other tower. So if it's going to crack, it's going to crack, right? So, well, here we go. Let's turn this one and get it down to shape. Let's go. We're going to kind of leave this one big still because I need to put the door in there. And if I vaguely remember correctly, that's why it got brought down some more, because of the door. So let's do the top. Where's my stick? The top is 1 5/8. 1 5/8. It needs to be brought down some. Too small. I got too small because it got knocked out of place. Wasn't measuring properly. So I had to bring that one down. Isn't that something? It's okay. Isn't that something? That's my luck today. So, we're going to go ahead and knock this down a little bit. Alright, we're going to, and I asked the AI about this. I wish I'd asked them when I did that one. We're going to go ahead and drill the windows and the door first before I open it up. because it said it'd be better to do that, to do it in that order. And it's probably correct. I'm sitting here looking all over for this bit, and it dawned on me, wait a minute, it's on this drill. But the thing is, I need the smaller bit on there to get a hole established, right? We got the holes. We'll have sand and stuff a little bit later. Not worried about it right at the moment. Alright, I'll be back. I want to ask LP about this other drill and see if he can get it out. That's right. Alright, LP fixed it. See, I told you he's a fix-it man. He put some WD-40 on there. I'll tell you, I got one of these old cans of WD-40, and the tip is gone. And you can't put the tips on there from the cans these days. It doesn't go on there. They make tips differently, and it just makes me so mad. Anyway, regardless, he just pushed it on the end. Because he said it needs oil, so he pushed it like this and made it come out. I was like, all right, let's go. Let's do this. He did it. He did it. He fixed it. That's awesome. Awesome sauce. All right, let's get... We have to make sure that this matches right here on the edge of this. But right here, I'd rather be a tad below it. Okay, I'll cut the rest of it out. With Dremel. Oh, that works so beautifully. Yay, it's back. see if we can knock it in there. I don't know. It's hard to fit stuff like this in there. To me, it's really hard. And then I end up having to add some sawdust in areas, and that's okay. It's not bad. It's just not perfect, okay? Okay, that should go in. Need to clear this out a little bit. Baby, I do. My baby's crying at me. So, we got the door in there. It's not perfect by any means. I'll have to add a little bit of sawdust. But we got to... I want to measure the bottom of this one. I had to get it back on the tenon, so it's probably not running 100% true, neither. Okay. Instead of going by a story stick, I'm just going by the measurements. The good thing is this base is a little bigger than that one. So I left myself a little bit of wood to take off on purpose so that when I do the door, I know I don't take too much off. Right? But I got to be careful. So let's get this turned. See, this is something that I didn't think about with the mushroom. This is what I should have done with the mushroom. But the thing is, these are not going to open. The mushroom is opening. But I got to think of something where I can do a door or a window or both, where I can wood turn it to be flush with the piece, with the project, but also be able to open it up. Right? That's right. I think that's awesome sauce. And then after we do this, then we're going to open it up in the tube. And the walnut for the deck is probably dry enough for me to turn it at this point. It's been drying all this time for probably 2 hours. It's probably dry enough to go ahead and turn it at this point. Alright, we got to add some sawdust, and I got to create some sawdust in order to add some sawdust. But the thing is, we need the sawdust from this, because this door is pretty nice and round and smooth. The cracks in here do not look good. So I'm going to get some of this ambrosia maple sawdust, and I'll be back. Alright, we still need to bring this down a little bit. Not much, but a little bit.
Why do we never get an answer when we're knocking at the door? With 1,000 million questions about hate and death. that we need in a world of persecution that is burning its greed. Why do we never get an answer when we're knocking at the door? Because the truth is hard to swallow. That's what the war of love is for. It's not the way that you say it when you do those things to me. It's more the way that you mean it when you tell me what will be. And when you stop and think.
All right, I have them marked in the center. 2 inches this way, 2 inches that way. Let me look at this one. It doesn't look right. Something looks off still. That doesn't look right. I thought that was a little off. I thought I had it marked in the center. Where did I just had my pencil. Where did I put that thing? Okay. That's where it's supposed to be. And that one. I knew it looked a little off. Anyway, I got the center. What I'll do is I'll find out with my compass the roundness of this, and I'll draw a circle on here with the point right there on the center of this, since I found the center on both of them. So I can put the tenon on here, glue it on, because what I need to do is make a recess or a mortise. It's called a mortise in wood turning. I don't know all the terminology and all the jargon in wood turning. I'm still learning stuff, you know. I'm self-taught. So anyway, I'll put a circle here and I'll put a hole in it. The size of this. These will have to be cut off. So I have to put these back on. I'll have to cut them off. When I do, I will insert it in there because this is going to be the deck. Right? And hopefully, I can turn it around later if I need to build up on the deck and put something else. We'll see. But I need to make the deck. That's the next thing I need to do. So, anyway, I'll be back. I gotta find my compass.
You won't believe it's true that all the love you've been giving has all been meant for you. I'm looking for someone to change my life. I'm looking for silence of the mountains and the crashing of the sea. There lies a land I once lived in, and she's waiting there for me. But in the gray of the morning, my mind becomes confused between the dead and the sleeping and the road that I must choose. I'm looking for someone to change my life. I'm looking for a It's not the way that you say it when you do those things to me. It's more the way you really mean it when you tell